All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe. I need you to go check out Credence Chrysler Revival. He has saved my bacon on the old Barracuda here. Let me explain. So I got to go test and tune a weekend ago, and from the last pass, he was one of the very few that watched the video all the way through, and I put my fastest pass up, but I did not share the time. He said, sounds great. I'll put the comment up here. But basically, there's a slip between second and third when I shifted. And I remember being in the car and kind of feeling that, but it, you know, the day went on, I had to hurry up, load the car, get home, all that jazz. So when he commented that, I went back and listened to the video. I'll put up that section right now. Sure enough, it does. So I came out, I called my transmission guy, and he said, first thing, check that shifting cable. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here is my shifter inside. It's a Promatic 2 from Hurst. And whenever it gets shifted, it goes like that. You slap it hard and nice. You cannot hurt it. And when we go underneath, there's our shifting cable. So what had happened, the cable must have stretched or something, but in third gear, it should be pulling that arm all the way forward, and it was not. So I've got it adjusted now. In third gear, just like I showed you, I could get under here and push, and it would move almost I wouldn't say a quarter of an inch, but a little bit, and you could hear it clunk right into place. It was not going all the way into third. So that was causing a slip on that high gear there. Let's look at our other improvements. Here is my transmission cross member. And it was a new rubber mount, I don't know, less than 2 or 3 months ago. It was actually like a new old stock deal that the mount was in that cross member just like that. I found it and stuck her in. But, see if I can get you there. See that giant rip? My car's been putting a little bit of toll on this. I don't know if I can show you or not, but besides the side to side there, I mean, it's loose in the mount. She's got a pretty good stretch to her. There it is. Stretch. So when that gets whacked with that converter every single time, I'm certain that it's going to twist and pop out of there. Myself a new Prothane bushing. Part number if you want it. Poly trans mount, black. She looks like this. But I would say with this super hard rubber here, that's bound to improve my 60 foot some, just by not letting the drive shaft and everything else kink up and bend up whenever I go to take off and launch. There's some more of that flex you can see right there. I mean, it's definitely not totally slap dab worn out, but it's getting pretty close. I'm sure if I went testing this weekend and then went to No Name Nationals, it would probably rip at No Name Nationals and throw the drive shaft or something. There's no telling. So getting that thrown in, that'll be an easy upgrade. And one more. And my final piece for the day, a little upgraded front 90-10 shocks from Calvert. This car is back halved. It does not have cowl tracks or leaf springs, but I figured I'd go ahead and upgrade. I forgot all about it. I actually have, you can see them in there. Those are just old worn out junkers that basically were on the car when I got it. And I had forgot all about it until recently. I've been going a lot faster. And at the end of the track, when I kind of let off of it, it gets a little squirrely. So I figured it's probably drag shock time. Shocks here. This is the one that I had on the right front. It's an old Monroe-matic, probably older than I am. There's that new Calvert. So check this out. When I go to pull this out, pretty stiff. She had a little something left in it that way. it compresses really easy. It's probably the exact opposite of what I was wanting. Here's the cow track, 2 fingers, right on up. So that might improve my 60 foot just a little bit. More than likely. You'll notice this giant bar that's holding my hood up there. Reason being, the hinge on this side came loose the other day at the racetrack. See, it's pretty dirty in here, but I just went ahead and threaded that with a die. It's gonna be a 1/2 inch 20 thread now, up to there. And I'll have somebody pick up on the hood, stick that back on, and then I'll be able to hinge my hood again instead of having to carry that giant bar around with me. It just seemed like the better way. The little push nut, wherever it went, had actually shattered. There it is. And I could drive 45 minutes to town and back and get some more, but I just figured I'd make it work with what I got. I think it'll actually be stronger now. Go for it. Think she's welded?
Could be. Looks like it.
Okay. Them don't look natural.
No, them are what we call burnt. Even the apply plate.
Golly.
Now we gotta look for a leakage problem on the seals.
She's back together to this point. Been testing it all. Clean out of valve body. So it is Friday, 5 days after this thing was burned up. We got back here at 3 o'clock from the races. As soon as this thing burned up, we loaded it, got it back here, had it out by 5:30. And I took it on Wednesday and we did a full rebuild on this transmission. My friend Rat Garrett walked me step by step on how to do everything. He actually made me do everything. So he would show me, take it out, set it aside, I'd have to redo it. I want to show you the fluid that came out of here that I drained. And I've got to flush the lines out for the cooler and all that, but it's pretty bad. I'm going to end up switching converters. I'll go back to my other converter that I just had. I think I'm going to pick up some ET because I won't be slipping a transmission anymore. Slipping between gears, all that. I got a new shifter. If you see this linkage here, I'll show you my new shifter in just a minute. I got to install it today with this transmission, but it's kind of cool. The cable is a rear exit and it has a shaft here. Pretty sweet. That blackness right there is what was left in the bowl, all that glitter. And this bowl stinks. Same thing with my paint cup. So currently that's what's inside this converter, and it does not have a plug or anything like that. I need to get it flushed and rebuilt anyway. I'm not going to go back with that. Shifter linkage, see it from the top side, pretty trick. And my shifter's in the box. Let's pop it out. It is a Sidewinder. I got this from Summit, I believe, but it's for my reverse manual pattern. It's got a nice locking kind of clunky feel to it, which is good. So when I pull into first, all I gotta do is slap backwards, slap over and down, and I'm in from second to third. These gates are supposed to be correct for a 727 transmission. So I should have good positive action for every gear. And I'll double check, triple check, quadruple check that to be sure I don't burn it up again. So Just a little install now. Here we are out of the car. You see a drive shaft in because the transmission's in. And my drive shaft loop. I put my 3-inch glass packs back on instead of the 2.5. So it'll be louder at least. Check out my new shifting apparatus. Drill a little hole right there. Comes in, mounts to the back side of the pan. Hooks to a lever there. Far, far away from any exhaust. The cable is very thick and nice. It looks almost like a boat cable. So that's where I drilled through at. I probably could have moved it down just a 1/4 inch, but I had it tested out and she selects 1, 2, 3 real nice.